Welcome to the Spy Collection. I'm Anastasios, and today we'll have a look at a document, specifically a journal from the Canadian Forces Intelligence Branch. This one. Intelligence agencies have anything from dozens to thousands or even tens of thousands of people working for the same objectives. In such large environments, you have so much knowledge, history, and lessons learned that you need internal documentation to document and disseminate that. Part of that are journals like this one. This comes from the Ministry of Defence of Canada, and it was for Military's Intelligence Branch. The journal was published 2 times per year, and this one is the edition from fall 1989. So what do you find in such journals? Let's have a look. As you see, it's from fall 1989, and we have the table of contents and some additional details. Of course, a few words from senior officials of the intelligence branch. And then we start with the actual content. In a lot of intelligence documents, you will notice the use of a compass. That's because intelligence agencies have the role to reach out to all directions to fetch this intelligence, as well to be the compass of where, in that case, the military should put their efforts. This is why the compass has a special symbolic role in most of the intelligence agencies. Of course, various articles specifically for the Canadian Intelligence Branch, news from the reserves, branch social and recreational activities, special features, organizational changes, and various other articles. Feel free to pause the video if you want to study them. Like any military publication, there is always some content related to the history, like in this case, Canadian Airborne Intelligence History. Also, Canada being a dual language country, you will notice that certain content is in French and other content is in English or both. And this is a pretty valuable section, the General Branch Interest, some thoughts from a career in intelligence, since it includes some quotes from intelligence professionals where they highlight some of the lessons learned and some of the principles and foundations of the intelligence world. For instance, intelligence is for use, not for the satisfaction of the practitioner. This is a very common problem, especially with the collectors of intelligence, that they enjoy the process so much that they forget that the goal is not to steal secrets, is to answer questions. Another excellent example is that one over here, where it says, "Beware of becoming too entrenched in your earlier stated views and of becoming reluctant to re-examine their validity." I'm certain a lot of the people will already have been thinking a lot of intelligence failures purely because of that. As new information becomes available, things might change, and of course intelligence assessments might also need to change. And one last example from here. However soundly based one's training may be, improvisation will be necessary in practice. And once again, there are so many examples that we have seen that, especially in today's world, that no matter what technological advancements a country has, no matter what resources they have, usually it boils down to the out-of-box thinking of the operatives on site to come up with the best strategy to tackle an intelligence problem. Then the journal has some notes from CFSIS and congratulative post for the outstanding service of Warrant Officer Berikov, and then we move to the end where we have the caption corner and milestones. Interestingly enough, this is something that we see happening today in social media. Basically, what was the caption corner is a photo taken by the Canadian Forces where members of the Canadian military intelligence were asked to come up with a caption. And they were adding the potential captions at the end of the journal, as you see here. And that was it. This was the 1989 Intelligence Branch Journal of the Canadian Military Intelligence. Sometimes documents like this one provide a lot of historical insights from the inside perspective of an intelligence organization, but also help in humanizing those huge organizations that are usually known only through the organization's name. But as we keep on seeing in the spy collection, nothing is as it seems.